You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level. Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello and welcome. We're so happy to have you here today. You're watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents A Better You. Lessons from the best coaches, consultants, and trusted advisors. I'm your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer. And I have hand-selected a team of people from around the world who are the best in their field. They are setting examples, they are role models, and they have one thing in common in addition to the fact that they're all experts. They really care about other people. They want to help other people. And that's why they take the time that they do preparing, doing their research, and then coming here and presenting on A Better You. We have two of our experts in-house today. Let me bring them out. We have Daphne Diluce, and we've got Teuta. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
I like it. So for our audience members who might not have seen the show before, which is really hard to believe, but I'm sure it happens, this is a presentation platform. We will not be doing any interviews here today. We will have two dynamic presentations, and then we will discuss each afterwards. So I'd like to spotlight each of you and share a little bit of information about yourself and what you're doing. We'll start with Daphne.
Hi, lovely to be here again. So hello, everybody. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name's Daphne Diluce. I'm a brand expert, and today I'm going to be talking about money for your life.
Oh, such a great topic. Fantastic. Okay, Teuta, what can we know about you? You have an incredible backstory, and what will you be presenting on today?
Oh, thank you very much. It's so blessed to be here today. So yes, my name is Teuta Avdyli. I am a bestseller author, an international motivational speaker, transformational and parenting coach. Today, I will present Be an Example.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I don't know where it's coming from, but if anybody has any devices on, if you could turn them off. Okay, so Daphne, because she's been here before, is this lesson 7, Daphne, or 6? I forget.
Gosh, I can't remember. I think it might be 6.
6, okay.
7. Yeah, it's 6.
6, okay. So Daphne's going to go first, and then Teuta, you and I will watch the presentation, and we will engage with her afterwards. How does that sound?
Good.
Okay, perfect. All right, Daphne, would you like the timer or not?
No, I do. How long have you got today?
We have the presentation should be around 15 minutes, but you can go 20 if you want.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk till 4 o'clock about just before, yeah?
Okay, perfect. All right. We are going to go backstage. Have a great presentation.
Wonderful, thank you. So, hello, everybody. Now, money. You know, money makes the world go round, or doesn't it? And at the moment, there's a lot of talk about money, and especially in business. So let's get to it. Money for your life is the topic today. And the thing is, I create a lot of brands for people and a lot of business models. And also in my life, I'm also a design and builder. So I've worked right through Europe designing and building buildings, which actually cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to build the buildings, a lot of money to hire the people. So I have huge amount of experience of actually moving money around. So I can't count how many years I've been doing this. I just want to bring to you a few observations that I have actually been privy to over all these years that could be very helpful to you. Okay, so first of all, you know, what is money? And the thing is, money is actually, it's a transactional tool, isn't it? It's just like it's a value exchange. I have $100. I'm going to buy something for $100. You're going to give me $100 worth of stuff. That's how it goes. But it isn't like that anymore. It's changed so much because now we've got Bitcoin. We've got people who are actually very stressed out about money these days, especially when a lot of jobs have lost and the world has changed. So this is why we're going to focus on money today. Now, my idea of money is that it's an energy. Yeah. And so I want you to be thinking about money today as metaphysical and physical, and something you can see and something that you can't see. And something that you can't see, that is the energy of money, and something that you can see is the money itself. Okay. So I want you to have those two perspectives in this conversation, because money isn't just $100 or a dollar or a £5 note or a £20 note. Actually, it's how we manage money and how we think about money, which makes all the difference to whether it stays in our bank account, goes from our bank account, or whatever it happens. Now, let's start off. And this week, I was thinking very carefully about what is the most important word to manage money. And so what I came up with was the word meticulous. And meticulous is a really important word for money, because it's something you really can't take your eye off, and you have to be kind of really forward thinking, ahead of the game, to actually create money, manage money, and be able to kind of sit back and enjoy the energy of money. And what I observe with a lot of people and a lot of businesses, that when it comes to money, there seems to be a huge amount of stress around money and a lot of aggression. So where does this aggression come from? It comes from fear of not having, or urgency. Well, and you could say, well, what's the difference between fear and urgency? A lot, actually. But if you kind of feel in yourself, the situation that you might be in now, you might be sitting there actually worried sick about money, or maybe money is not flowing, or maybe you have just enough, but if something happened, you wouldn't have anything to fall back on. Some people have so many savings and so much money, they're actually really good, but they don't think they are. They think they haven't got enough. So, there's so many different perceptions about this money. And it's important to look at it. And that's why this word meticulous is so important, because you have to manage money. Okay. Now, let's just go over to looking at, why would you do a money model for a business? And in branding and how I create a brand clever money model or brand clever business, is I go to the money first. Not because I'm particularly interested in the money or money hungry. I know what money will do, and I know how to make it. I know how to keep it, and I certainly know how to spend it. But the thing is, when you have to have, your business needs to be a business, not a hobby. And there are millions of businesses that are just a hobby, where people are actually drowning in busyness. They can become busy fools, or they can become so overworked they don't realize that they've got a grand hobby that's costing them a fortune. They're paying a lot of people and they're not earning anything. So this is why these money models are really important, and this is why I start with a money model, because whatever your business is, it has to make sense to the person that you're engaging with. So I've talked about it before, this value exchange. And in a branded business, you have to know your brand message and your value exchange. Okay, so we're going to start off looking how to build a money model. So before you actually go out to the world and start making an offer to your clients, you really need to know what your products are, what your services are, what your costs are, and how you're going to actually get to in front of the people who are going to find your offering absolutely fantastic, something that they just can't live without. And that is your responsibility to make sure that happens. So this starts with the word meticulous. Now, where I see that a lot of people suffer with lack of money or blockage of money, or even not having the timing of money right is because they're not meticulous. They might get a nice fat check in, and then they think they're okay for a while, but actually they haven't organize their list of costs, ins and outs, and things like this. So this has to be really sorted out. And I'd like you to do something really boring. If you are like really interested in making some money for your business, you're really interested in actually having a business that you can monetize, and a business that you can actually enjoy because it's growing, then be meticulous. It starts with a piece of paper or a spreadsheet, and you have to be able to identify your products and services. Now, a lot of people, in fact, I have never had a client that I have said, can I have your fee scale list, or can I have your products and service list and all the pricing? And not one of them have been able to deliver a good one. A little bit here and a little bit there, and very confusing to the clients. So this is where it starts. So you have to be meticulous in your offering. Now, setting business aside a little bit, let's think about, well, what about your personal finances? And your personal finances should always be in 3 boxes, okay? And if you don't have these 3 boxes, at some stage you could become very stressed. And sadly, they don't teach you this in school. They don't even teach it in university. They teach other things, but not this. So what you need is 3 boxes. You need money for life, money for your business, if you are going to have a business, and money to save. And the thing is, so you need to have those 3 boxes. So you have to be meticulous about setting up income streams that are going to pour into those different boxes. Then, because the reason being, a lot of people aren't meticulous, and they have so much stress because they've got a paycheck or a certain amount of money going in one box, and then they're trying to take that little bit of money to do so much. And then this is where tension and stress and strain comes. And you might say, well, Daphne, this is obvious. Well, yes, it's obvious, but it's not obvious because people don't do it. And I see it again and again, the suffering that people have. And the thing is, it comes when you are being meticulous about something, you also have to become very disciplined. And a lot of people don't like to be disciplined, especially when it is to do with money. And actually, one of my customers who's I'm creating his brand, it's called Myth. It's about money in the house. And he helps thousands of people get together the money mindset and actually to build up a really sustainable life. And not only plan for their future, but actually be able to create lots of income streams and have a lot of fun with him creating amazing money models. So first of all, you create your money model. Once you've created your money model, that's when you start to create branded assets that can lead people to sales pages. And when that person goes to a sales page, it isn't necessarily, you're going to get this for $100, but the customer can see that you can offer them something as a value exchange. And depending on the price of the ticket, whether you do the sale 1-to-1 or whether you put all your prices up, it really depends on what you're selling. But this is absolutely paramount, because if this is not organized, how are you going to have enough money flow? Now, there's another thing where I see a lot of customers fall in the gap, and that is where they are very busy. They might create like fantastic books, and they might, do a lot of talking, a lot of socializing, but they're actually putting too much energy into all of that and not enough energy into sales. So they might be like everywhere, infamous, but their bank balance might be quite or not as big as they would like it. Yeah. Now, don't understand me wrong. It's not about being a money hungry person. It's about taking responsibility, because the thing is, when you're running a business, you have to pay for your office, all your overheads, staff, materials, tax, all those things. So it's a responsibility to make sure that that money is there so it runs. And if you want a business to grow, this is where you have to be meticulous. Okay. Now, I want to talk about energy a little bit and worry. And the thing is, when people are very, very worried about money, that I can really empathize with. But it doesn't help you. Okay. So, I say if you're going to worry for 5 minutes, terrify yourself, but then move on and start taking action. And going back to this meticulous thing again, when you know that you do everything to make the money come, to plan, to organize it, then and start being meticulous and start being disciplined, you will see a change in money. Now, with energy, when you're very aggressive about money and very worried about money, have you noticed it just doesn't come, it doesn't stick? So the thing is, it's about, and I've seen a lot of people do this, and I do it myself. So when I pay my bills, I say, thank you. When I'm spending money at the supermarket, I say, I love spending this money, thank you. When I actually get paid, I thank the money, I thank the person who's paid me, and I keep a really good energy up on it. And also, I have some experiences where sometimes people can pay so graciously, so nicely, with such great energy, and the payment is never a problem. The payment's always on time. They are just so happy to be customers of mine, and that beginning of the relationship is super, because then it allows me to do my job. Then I don't have to be thinking I have to be meticulous today, and is everything all right? So I can pay everybody, so I can pay all my bills, so I can actually show up to work. I don't have that worry. I can get on with my job. And then over the years, I've had some clients that actually will pay you $100, but they want, and you give them $300 worth of value, but they keep coming back for more, and they want more for the $100. So you also have to have boundaries. But the thing is, it's so important that you actually set out, gosh, noisy in this house, that you actually set out an actual plan of how you're going to make money, what your money is exchanged, and actually you have to make it easy for people to pay you. So by doing this, you have to actually make sure that your offerings are really exciting, that they're very desirable, and that actually what you're selling, people actually want and actually get value for. And also, one good question to ask yourself: why should people pay you? Are you doing a good job? Are you really going to deliver them results? And the thing is, the answer should be yes, yes, yes. And if it's not, go back to the word meticulous and make sure that it is. Now, branding is a huge subject, and there's many layers to actually creating a wonderful business. There's many layers to actually scaling a wonderful business, and there's a real art to growing a brand, and it's certainly not in 3 and 6 months. Have you ever heard of that saying, overnight success, 30 years in the making? Well, with my expertise, you wouldn't have to wait 30 years if I help you. We can really reduce the years and speed you up on the road to success. But the attitude towards money, you really have to have perhaps a different mindset, and to be able to have a mindset that you have to actually cultivate the garden, to plant the seeds so your money trees will grow. Okay. So some of this might sound a little abstract, but it's actually not. And if you listen to every word that I say and you actually put into practice what I'm saying, you'll start to see some results. Now, when you are in a business, you have to kind of look at what things cost. And sometimes it's not the right time to go forward with something and buy somebody's service, because if you're not ready, like for example, if you're going to pay for some marketing or press, something like that, but you don't have a website, or your website isn't right, that can be a huge faux pas, because you've got all the world looking at you, the press people can be really good at what they do, and then everybody's looking at a website, but they're confused. They can't see your products and services. They can't see your value. They click off in less than 5 seconds, so you've wasted your money. As it's much better to kind of really make sure that your website is singing, dancing, looking absolutely beautiful. Another thing that I see that people do with their websites, they kind of have them built and then they're just there. They don't actually use their website and market it. So the thing is, every time you're posting something on Facebook, you need to put your website in there. You need to actually update your website regularly with fresh pictures and little bits of news and things. And this is about your business model too. You have to go back and plan in your costs so that you can do this on a regular basis. And then your marketing is going to be a lot smoother, and then you have more energy into it. Now, where your focus goes, energy flows. Okay, so if your focus is going to be on, frustration about money, complaining about not having it, wishing you had this client or that client, or wishing this or wishing that, and then that energy is lost. It's much better to go back to the drawing board, be building your money models, be building your products and service list, really get your website singing and dancing, have your marketing plan in place, and be meticulous how you're managing your money. And look after yourself. You have to have money for your life. You have to have money to save. And if you have a business, you have to have a separate budget for that. And if it's difficult to see that, better to go and do some temporary work, some temping, do something to just raise some funds, just to give you a bit of a cushion so you stand a better chance to build your business. Okay. Now, on another note, it's like money is also so aligned with kind of positive energy and energy. And when we live in fear and we're just very tense or aggressive, that's also not a nice way to kind of be exchanging money. It's like, so if you have to talk to somebody about paying a debt, sorting out a payment, always go from a position of strength. Never phone people when you're frustrated or you're sad or disappointed or you're not really ready to talk about it. And if you have any difficult calls to make, just write down what you're going to say on a piece of paper before you make the call, and just make sure that you know that actually you can actually deliver what you're going to say. And don't be fearful of having difficult conversations with people. They're many a good company, and especially in this time of that we're just hopefully coming out of COVID, but we still have to be careful and look after everyone, and we have to look after our businesses, and some businesses have really slowed down. So there's plenty of people out there that are suffering. So I think that I absolutely know that if you owe somebody money to someone, it's so good when you ring up and you say, "Hi, I'm Mandy. I owe you £200. I haven't got £200 today because I'm in trouble because of COVID. But what I can do, I can look at this again in 6 weeks, but now I can pay you this." Then you start building up a relationship of trust. It's when you don't be meticulous and you don't make those calls and you don't face it, then all sorts of things can go out of control. And another thing, and the last thing, is relationships at home. Sometimes your nearest and dearest and the people around you can give you the most pressure about money. And maybe they have completely different values to you as money. So this is where you've also got to be meticulous. And you have to have some really decent conversations. And you could sometimes agree to disagree, but you have to take control of your own purse. Yeah. And it's okay to do that. And if you have a joint purse, then you take out a portion of that for your own purse and you manage it from that. And if that purse isn't big enough, it's about looking to do something where you can grow the energy, as I call it. Now, I love to talk about money because there's so much worry about it. I love to talk about it. I love to have conversations with people, and I love to help people get their headspace right and step forward with their wonderful ideas, their wonderful businesses that can be branded, and all the great stuff that is just waiting to pour out to them, so many customers can actually enjoy the value. So I'm here for any further conversation, and thank you all for listening about money for your life. And the last thing, to make money and keep it spinning, it's a good idea to buy a little something every month as a little treat, because that also can open up the money gates. And there was one guy, he said, I bought a coat and I couldn't afford it. I wore that coat and I got so many compliments, so many conversations. I got 2 new clients just by wearing the coat. So he got more than his return on investment. So money is magic. Anyway, that's enough from me, and thank you for listening.
Well done, Daphne, especially on a subject that's very difficult to talk about. And for a long time, women really never, I shouldn't say never, but we didn't have advice coming from women per se enough times. And I think that was terrific. I'm going to just give some of the feedback that I have. But before I do, Teuta, do you have anything you'd like to share? And you're on mute, by the way.
Yes, thank you very much, Daphne. That was a very good, important topic actually about money. Yes, money is very important because I see money as a tool to create something beautiful. So when we talk about money as well, it's like many people say that money changes people. But I don't think money changes people. I think money reveals people, who they really are. With those money, are you creating something beautiful, or are you creating for something that is not valuable? And that's what I want to add. It's very important. Actually, I have worked with Daphne, and I know that she works about the energy. It's about mindset, and we have created that trust and that relationship about like knowing each other and having that positive energy about money and relationship and everything. So it's like about mindset in everything that you do. It's so important. And money is a very, very, very important topic to discuss.
I would agree. And I think it's interesting that the 3 of us are together today because I am also working with Daphne. And I think at our very first meeting, she started talking about money models. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so different than anyone else I've ever worked with, because people are just, what my experience and the people I've worked with before, it's like, pay me this and I'll do this for you. But there's no, how will I get a return on my investment? How will it come back to me? And so I wasted a lot of money because I was involved with people that weren't delivering. And a lot of it was my fault because I didn't know enough to ask about how will I get the return. So thank you, Daphne, for bringing that to light. I also looked up the word meticulous because I thought it was very interesting how you use meticulous and money together. And I see the definition as showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was brilliant. And I also liked what you said, and I'm not going to mention any names, but people who are telling you what you should be doing with your business and how you should be spending your money. And I like what you said, control your own purse. So people don't know all the details of what's going on, but yet they want to constantly interject their opinion. And so you have to take a step back from that and realize that you have trusted partners and you know what you're doing.
Exactly. And this is kind of like take control of your own purse is so empowering, because do you know what? It doesn't matter if it's a tiny purse. It doesn't matter. If I've known people that actually have started, and actually when I was a young girl, I started off with a very tiny purse, and I used to double my money, and I used to control my purse. But I didn't actually go and buy clothes or holidays or do something like that. I kept doubling my money, and I opened a big shop. I kept control of my own purse, but that purse wasn't the household purse. It wasn't before the bills, the roof, the children. It was, you know, when everyone else was asleep, I used to leave away and work, and then that money I built. Yeah, so it's my purse. Okay, and this is so really important, because a lot of people, they kind of sit back and they try to spread the money too thin, and that's no fun. That's so stressful. So don't do it. Build your own purse.
And I also liked how you talk about the energy people put around money. So if someone is consumed with worry about where's the next dollar coming from, it's probably going to take a long time for that dollar to come, because you're putting your energy in the wrong place instead of creating a way for the monies to come.
And also too, money doesn't like scarcity. Money's abundant. And like Teuta says, you know, let's do something beautiful with the money. So it's just like, and actually, you know, where does money show up? Money shows up in fabulous shoe shops, amazing car showrooms, mansions, banks. Money likes happiness and abundance. Money doesn't go to worry and scarcity. And if you just sit back and you think, oh my goodness, you know, and not only that, you know, there's a lot of people that come from very humble beginnings that have a lot of money. But if you actually look at their mindset, it's very positive and it's very can-do attitude. And people, if you don't want money, be miserable. If you don't want money, be aggressive. If you don't want money, worry your ass off, excuse the French. But really, you will terrify it and it will run away. So you have to say, thank you, money. I love you.
Yes, being grateful.
And yeah, be absolutely grateful and you know, gratitude. Thank you so much.
Because and as well, because if you are not grateful on little things, then you cannot be trusted on bigger things as well. So being grateful always is for me, and as well, and knowing Daphne as well, is very important to be grateful on little things, and the abundance will come because you are not worrying, and you bring in that energy, you know, and being sustainable. And also it's like always be having that good attitude towards money is very important.
Exactly. And but this word meticulous, and thank you for looking it up, Dr. Jacalyn. Yeah, that word is so important, because actually when you are meticulous and you make sure that you know what your outgoings are, but the thing is, it's just like, if you see that you need a couple of grand like next month, don't wait 2 days before you've got to worry about it. You've got to do something now. You've got to be meticulous in every detail. And then in your business, if it's not there, then you've got to say, well, okay, I'm putting a subscription offer. What can I do that's going to benefit people? I'm going to put something out for $100. The first 10 get the $100 thing, and normally it's $150 or something like that. Something where you're using innovation and you're actually doing something to help others. So it's about, you know, being very creative and resourceful, you know, because there's plenty of money around. You know, but if you don't take the action to set up the money grid so it can fall in, then how's that going to work? So this is why meticulous is so important. So meticulous with money, tattooed in your brain.
I have to write this down. Meticulous with money.
I also like, Daphne, the suggestion that you gave. If you owe someone money, you can't hide. You can't ignore their calls. You can't run away. Be proactive and say what it is you can do, and see how you can work something out, because that definitely builds trust, as opposed to, oh, that person's a deadbeat, or that person doesn't pay their bills. So I think that was a good suggestion.
And I'd like to kind of like unpack that a bit, because the thing is, it's just, I would like to encourage anybody in that situation that it's actually going to be okay if you face it. And the thing is, we work with very difficult subjects sometimes, because many of you know my partner, Stephen Gillen, and many of you know his big background. So we have a lot of people who are very vulnerable with difficult situations. And, you know, you can't run away from those things. But when you actually face them, and you actually step forward from the position of strength, you can actually create miracles. You really can. And not only that, the thing is, if everybody was honest, everyone in the world at sometimes has a bit of money stress. Some people more than others. But, you know, we are all different, but we're all the same. And it's about taking care of each other. And here's that nothing wrong with trying. Yeah, being honest, do the right thing.
Yes, do the right thing.
Do the right thing and it'll come back to you tenfold, I think the expression is.
Exactly. But what I would like the listeners to think about now is not to be thinking so much, but start doing. You know, what is your offer going to be next week for your clients? Yeah. What is the special next week? You know, whether you're selling pizzas, bread rolls, muffins, coaching courses, advertising, what is it? Get an offer together. And where are we now? We're just in July. So you could have like a 4th of July offer or something like this, and start being exciting. And also too, money likes excitement, and also people like to be around people who've got a bit of innovation and a bit of wow and a bit of can do, you know, when the money comes. And also when you work, when you actually do the work, that helps the money come too, because there's a lot of people that moan a lot, but they don't do very much. That's why the money's not coming, or they're doing a lot in the wrong place. Like they're being busy fools, talking and running around to every meeting, but they're not doing any selling. You have to sell.
And then they're doing a lot of complaining.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, all complaining, not doing anything about it, no any action.
Exactly, that person's just complaining and lazy. I'm off. I'm going over to the shoe shop where Pamela's buying shoes. We'll give her some more money because she's happy. And it sounds like a cartoon, but if you actually just step back and watch how the money energy works, how it works.
And
I wish everyone abundance of money, abundance of happiness.
Thank you.
And not
Thank you.
Get meticulous, you know, do the work. And if you think you're working hard now, work harder, tighten it all up, you know, tighten it all up regularly. Like what I do is every Sunday night, I tighten up what I'm doing. And I'm really organized. And I don't know anyone that works as hard as I do. Maybe Dr. Jacalyn, she's always on the broadcast. But the thing is, it's all, and I know so many good things, but I still make sure that on Sunday nights I tighten up, you know, make my lists of who I need to call. And also too, I get like, because I do so much work, sometimes little things don't get done. And it's not because I'm a bad person and I don't want to do them. But the thing is, I'm always doing things that create great big energy, and that will be helpful for everybody, right? But then, you know, I'll put my hands up saying, I'm sorry, I haven't done that, but I'm going to do it now. You deliver.
And by the way, Daphne created my brand, Legacy of Love.
That's a beautiful.
You have a great website. I love it.
Yeah. I just like to highlight Teuta because when I first met Teuta, I met this like beautiful woman who's so spiritual and so loving, and a very unique, lovely person. And she was, she had so much inside her, so much wonderful stuff. So we worked for a few months, and the bit that I love, because I always look for the big idea in everybody's soul. So the big idea that's going on now is to create a love bus. So what is this love bus? It's a huge bus. And if you go on her website, you can see this big bird on the bus. We've done a mock-up, but we're looking to raise money to actually get this bus built. And then she's going to go up and down the UK, educating families and children, right? Now, that is amazing focus for a brand. So instead of her background and the terrible things that happened to her, she talks about that. But she's very outward facing, and she channels so much goodness into things. Yeah.
I was not buried, I was planted.
Yes. Well, I will not going to tell your story for you. But anyway, Teuta is a very wonderful person. And she does the work all the time. Yeah. So
thank you very much. It's a pleasure to know you as well, Daphne. I just loved being and working with you every moment.
Oh,
And I'm so very grateful. I'm very grateful.
Well, I'm grateful to you too. But I, do you know what I get so excited about? I get so excited, like this little magic fairy, like in a little box. I get all lit up and start flying around and feel that kind of energy. Because when I'm helping unlock all these beautiful people and beautiful brands who are doing amazing things for others, it just helps to make the world better, you know? So
Absolutely.
so I go running around trying to switch on as many little people as possible. Yeah.
And you do it very well. You really do.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are going to take a break and hear from a beautiful performer from the UK. I periodically love to play this clip, especially on A Better You, when we think about being better and what that looks like. Her name is ILO, ILO. You can purchase her music over on iTunes. And this particular record label, Licorice Dragon Records, is the one who is allowing us to play this clip. So let's take a look. The name of the song is Heroes in Disguise, and then we'll be right back to our show. Here we go.
Picture this, a life where you can leave your pain, a life where you can start again somehow. Picture this, a vision that can change a prayer, happy heart that's always there in the now. So don't be afraid of fear, even though as long as we're still here, we can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagine how good life can be, but inside you and me we can see past these ghosts in the mirror. We're heroes in disguise, heroes in disguise. Picture this, losing everything you got, never having had a lot, but holding on and on and on. Don't be afraid to dream, 'cause we are so much closer than it seems. We can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagine how good life can be, but inside you and me we can see past these ghosts in the mirror. We can be anything larger than life, rise up from the ground. We can fall down over 10,000 times, then turn it all right back around. We never imagine how good life can be, but inside you and me we can see past these ghosts in the mirror. Heroes in disguise, heroes in disguise, heroes in disguise, heroes in disguise. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello and welcome back. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents A Better You from the best. Here they are, coaches, consultants, and trusted advisors. In our first segment, Daphne Diluce from Brand Clever talked to us about money for life, how to be meticulous with your money, why it's important to control your own purse and your mindset when it comes to money. Thank you so much, Daphne. We are going to move on to Teuta, who's going to lead us through her presentation. And Daphne and I are going to head backstage and we'll be watching and listening. Have a great presentation.
I'm going to share slides.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Daphne, how are you feeling now that you just gave such a beautiful presentation? Are you energized?
Yes, no, do you know what? I just love being here. So I'm just like, it's my happy space.
Can you see my slides, please?
Not yet. I can't see them. I'll let you know as soon as I can. How about that song from ILO? I wish you could see me. I'm here moving. Everything she's doing, her body language, I'm doing the same thing. I just love that.
That's a really beautiful song, and she really deserves to be heard. That's a beautiful message.
Can you see it now, please?
Yes, I can. I can see it. I'm going to share your slides.
Okay.
And we are going to, okay, we're going to leave you. Here you go.
Okay. Okay, no, it's not this one. Sorry. Let me. Oh, should have been.
We'll come back and keep you company when you
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
You have the right one? Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Yes, yes, my name is Teuta Avdyli. As I presented myself today, I would like to share, this is how a busy family is. So the theme for today is be the legacy of example. So I prepared a short video. Okay, yes. This is me. My name is Teuta Avdyli. I am a wife, a mother of two beautiful children, a bestseller author of the book Born to Stand Out and Not to Fit In. I am certified Les Brown Power Voice Academy, a peace ambassador, a motivational public speaker, transformational parenting coach. I deliver coaching, training, and workshops to institutions like Universal Peace Federation and other organizations. My work has been featured in several TV channels, newspapers, tabloids, internationally. So here is my two books, Born to Stand Out, and the second one, Family Legacy of Love, which is soon to be released. And here are some of the magazines that have been featured. And here's some of the TV interviews, radios, podcasts, and so on. So yes, Family Legacy of Love. When I was a child, I used to ask my mom, what does it feel to be a mother? And she would answer, it's a feeling that it's a feeling that cannot be described. But you will understand when you become a mother yourself. I never knew how much love your heart could hold until I became a mother myself. When it comes to parenthood, our children is our ideal one. I believe that family goes beyond bloodlines, family birth, and name obligation. To me, word family includes family in your life that loves you unconditionally and supports you regardless. I dare you to show a woman that after leaving a personhood came to a motherhood and her life didn't change completely. As Rajneesh said, the moment a child is born, the mother is also born. She never existed before. The woman existed, but the mother never. A mother is something absolutely new. I would like to invite you to close your eyes for a moment, please. Imagine the first day that you hold your child in your hands, a mind-blowing moment. And all you wish is to be the best parent, the best that anyone can be. Since I became a mother, I realized that family is not only an important thing, it is your everything. Have you ever felt like Jennifer Aniston in the comedy Merrily when she says, "When I'm at home, I think about work. And when I'm at work, I only think about home." And I know that you are not alone on this. The good news is that we are all together in this ongoing battle. There are many extraordinary women who have managed to be successful, both in career and as mothers. Science has proven as well that being a working mom does not harm your children, but in contrary. So let's see what some successful mothers say. Michelle Obama says, "The truth is that despite me being the first lady and he is the president, our main job is to make sure our kids are in center of attention. This is the greatest legacy we will leave." Also, the beautiful Sophia Loren said, "When you are a mother, you're never alone in your thoughts. A mother always has to think twice, once about herself and once about her child." Victoria Beckham says, "I feel constant struggle with myself to be the best mom that I can be. Even when I have to travel for work, I feel the absence all the time." Sheryl Sandberg said, "I did not realize how difficult it was to achieve the right results at work when you feel depressed at home. Being a mom is the most important and modest job in terms of position I've ever had." Also, Cyrene Williams said, "Knowing that a wonderful being waits for me when I get home, I feel like I don't need to play any more games. I don't need money, titles, or prestiges anymore. I love them, of course, but I do not need them to be happy. This is completely different feeling for me." Mother, how beautiful this word sounds. Motherhood is a very difficult role, and it cannot be compared to any other role. Yet it gives you the greatest joy in life. What makes a great mother is giving her child unconditional love. She sacrifices everything, her body, time, sleepless night, feeling tired, neglected, a messy house, toys on the coffee table, paintings, things on the walls, and in the end, all it's worth it. All mothers are precious and special in their own way. My mother is my heroine and she's my idol. I would like to share some lessons that my mom taught me. Confidence. The greatest gift and the most precious lesson she taught me is that she always believed in me and championed me. The second, respect. She used to say that respect others for who they are, not what you want them to be. Accept their differences, behave respectfully, and do not think that you are superior or better than others. Respect is so important because without it, children cannot value themselves and let alone others. Honesty over hiding the truth. My mom taught me that always tell the truth, no matter the problem. Teaching your children the value of honesty and integrity is a must. Teach your children to avoid little lies regarding how cute they might sound. A lie, it's a lie. Also, it is very confusing for your children to hear you lie and punishing them when they do it. Your children will watch you. They will learn from you, and they subconsciously follow you. I pass this value to my children now. Also, the importance of faith. My mother taught me to believe in God, and whatever you may call it, divine or higher source or power. And even today is a very priority on my life. Harvard University study shows that in order to raise happy and successful children, there must be two elements involved. First, love. As mothers, we have to keep love as basis of their upbringing. Create a relationship that is built through unconditional love, communication, respect, deep, meaningful connections. Teach them how to love others, how to love themselves, how to be loved, how to receive love in the process of their development. Also, the second element is work ethics. The greatest thing that you can leave your children is not about giving them the latest gadget, money, or material things, but teaching them tasks such as sweeping the floor, tidying up the bed, washing up, which will make them be successful in their adult life. Legacy of example. We know how important it is to lead by examples. Adults are not born successful. They are shaped in the process. I would like to share with you some simple steps to happy parents. The first, love unconditionally. Love without strings attached, not based on how they perform, but simply love them who they are. Lead by example. Just as a tree and its branches rely on the strength of its roots, our children too derive strength from their family, their roots, their culture. It's like if a driver buckles up, children do. You are an example to your children. Live the moment, willing to listen not only with your ears, eyes, but also with your open heart. Encourage your children that failure is not a bad thing. If they fail, teach them to try again, to take another step until they succeed. Failure is a stepping stone to succeed. Find their passion and their calling. Help them to find their passion and their calling. It's better to be excellent in few things rather good in everything. Hit the pause button. Have some undivided quality times with your children. Pay attention and listen attentively what they have to say and validate their feelings. Relaxation techniques. Help your children as well to have some times and to create some simple breathing exercise or even basic meditation can have a powerful impact on their health and have a calm state of mind. Bless your children. Words are powerful force. We know how important is what we say, good or bad. It might even you prophesying over your children's life. Do you agree that a life can be changed forever just by saying a single phrase? Words have power to heal or hurt, to empower or to humiliate. The word of God sheds light to this truth. Kind words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Let us choose life instead words of distraction. Let us choose our words wisely and produce good fruits in the life of our children. Pray over your children. Help them to walk in purpose, inspiration, and destiny in their life. Sow the seeds and keep watering them to reap good fruits. And help them to have self-esteem and purpose in their life. Take care of yourself. So as mothers, we always are very good at multitasking. But sometimes, but we have to think about ourselves, because if we don't parent ourselves, we cannot parent our children. So it's very important to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, so we can have balance in your life. Being a better parent starts being a better you. Take the time to care for yourself in order to support and love others around you. So eat healthy, connect with others, stay positive no matter what the situation. Reconnect with the things that you used to love. Do some meditation, relaxation, read a spiritual book, practice gratitude, and very important. Cicero says that gratitude is not only the greatest of virtue, but is the parent of all others, and connect with nature. Therefore, you may be more effective in supporting your child and others. As Billy Graham says, the greatest legacy one can pass one to one, children and grandchildren, is not money or other material things accumulated to one's life, but rather legacy of character and faith. Mothers, you know how important you are in the world, not only as a mother, but also as a woman who always strives to do the best for your child and people around you too. We are faced with huge challenges raising our children in this world with so much falsity. But let us hold hands together and help each other. Let us be alert and encourage and help our children to flourish and reach their full potential. We have the potential to impart the worth and value with every kiss, every action, every thoughtful responses. I am confident that the future is bright, despite the fact the world looks messed up right now. I am confident that the future looks bright for one reason, that our children will grow up and they will be our future. So I will leave you, thank you very much, and I will leave you one question. I have written 5 here, but even that, what you want to be remembered for by your children? Thank you.
Nicely done, nicely done. I love how you change the inflection of your voice and also the pace when you're speaking, because it keeps people engaged. And I'm going to go to Daphne because she's also a mother, so I think she can add some value, some comments. Daphne, you're on mute.
I was on mute because it gets noisy in this house. I don't want to spoil the presentation. Okay, so feedback, wonderful. You see, whether you're a mother or a daughter or a son, it's all the same thing. It's a huge vortex of love. Now, what's very important about this? I'm getting feedback. What's really important about this is that we all feel worthy and loved, whether we have offspring or whether we're somebody's offspring. So I love the way that Teuta laid out so many examples of parenting and families and all these things. And right now, in the year 2000 beyond, family is so important like never before, because we need these groups to not only to love the children, but for the children to love us and us make very good tight groups. But what I love about Teuta's voice is that she has so much love in it. She talks love in her voice, you know, and that's one thing. You know, have any of you ever been in a supermarket and some parent has screamed or said mean things to the child, and you just go, ooh, you know, not wanting to interfere? I kind of do. I say, hi, you being good for your mum? And try just to soften it a little bit, because obviously mummy's very upset or probably worried about money. And we just talked about that. Yeah, anyway, so the thing is, it is so important to actually, your tone of voice is when you're speaking to your children. So important. Anyway, you know, I'm a big fan of what Teuta does, because when she's talking with a mum, a dad, with a group of kids, she's going to put you on the right track. She's going to talk about mindset. She's going to talk about love. She's going to talk about building connections and family. And what better can you have?
Thank you.
Wow, how lucky are we today? Two powerhouse women here giving information that applies to everyone: family, leaving a legacy, living by example, and being meticulous with your money. Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. We are going to end the show for today because the next show is beginning very soon. I'm getting all these things from social media that I need to head over to another broadcast studio. So I'm going to spotlight you. And Teuta, if you would give your best way for people to contact you, that would be phenomenal.
Yes, you can reach me on my website, www.legacyoflove.co.uk, on LinkedIn, Teuta Avdyli, and Facebook as well, Teuta Avdyli. So yeah, please, if you'd like to come connect with me, I'm more than welcome. I'll be your mentor, your coach, and I'll be your accountable friend and everything. So yes, thank you.
Teuta, I'm sorry, can you say your website again slowly?
Okay. Yes, it's www.legacyoflove.co.uk.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay. And now, Daphne, how can people get in touch with you?
People can get in touch with me with my name, Daphne Diluce, and my website is daphnediluce.com. And if you go onto my website, you'll see Teuta's website on my page. With one stone. Anyway, I'd love to hear from anyone that's got questions, or if they want me to show them how to do their hair. Money, honey, how to make money. And the best way, quick email, daphne@daphnediluce.com.
Thank you very much. And I just want to say to everybody, Daphne had a great idea, which I wrote down, and I'm going to put it out there for all of you. If you have the opportunity, create a special promotion for the 4th of July. Get something out there for people to connect with you. And I'm going to be working on that this evening. So thank you, Daphne, for that.
Well, you're very welcome. All they need is like special offer. Put it up on Facebook. Special offer, normal price, $59. Today, $30. Whatever.
And you get a set of deep press-on nails and a set of Ginsu knives. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke.
That's also, why not?
All right.
And thank you for having me. And lovely to see you, Teuta. Okay, bye everybody.
Lovely to see you. My pleasure. And thank you, Dr. Jacalyn, for having me in your team. I feel so blessed.
Yes, thank you for being on the team. Thank you.
Yes,
all right, see you later. We're coming up on fashion, fitness, travel, and leisure with my co-host Diane Floyd-Bain, and her guest is Julie Lewis, who is the queen of adventure. So please do tune in. We'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.